Hey, welcome back, YouTubers. Drift by Design, Gerardo here. I'm going to show you today how to transplant a Bougainvillea. Alright, so what you want to do is, I'm going to put mine in a pot, but the same concept would apply if you're doing it in the ground. You want to get a pot or a hole in the ground that is twice as big as your container. So if you get a container like this guy, and I think that's a gallon or two, then you want a pot about this big. And this is probably like a 14 by 18 diameter pot, clay pot that I got. I'm actually getting these at Home Depot, and they're great values because they're only like $30, and you know, clay pots tend to be around $100 or more, so it's a great deal. So what you want to do is you want to fill up about a third of the way on your pot with your mix. So I'm gonna set this over here somewhere. Okay, how's that angle? Can you guys see? Okay. So here's our dirt. It's from the Kellogg Garden Organics Palm, Cactus, and Citrus. Alright. That's what we're gonna use. I'll do about a third of the way and then pack it a little bit. Show you what that looks like. So we're going about that far, and then I'll push it back. Hopefully it'll work. Alright. So then you want to get your Bougainvillea, hold most of it, and then do upside down. Very carefully removing this thing. And then set it in. Fill it up with dirt. I need some more dirt. Be right back. Kind of fun playing in dirt. I like it. And Bougainvilleas are usually going to want to go in one direction, so because they're going to climb wherever it is that you're putting them, either a trellis or a fence or whatever. So kind of, you know, even though you might naturally want to put it in the center, put it somewhere closer to the end so that it doesn't have to reach too far for support. And make sure you bury it deep enough so that it never gets root bound, and you cover it enough so that you help that not occur. And that's basically it, folks. It's just all about the right dirt. I just haven't seen a video that shows the dirt and how it's actually put in and all that fun stuff. They talk about what it needs and how to do it, but they don't actually show you how to do it. And then with a new plant, a new Bougainvillea, you want to keep it watered, keep it moist for a year. Okay, so that's important. Make sure that the soil has water every day, practically, if it requires that kind of a frequency. Here it needs that much because it's the desert and it dries up right away. So I have it on a drip system. I let it water it for 5 minutes every day, and it does well. This particular plant I got at Home Depot. It says 1998 on the label, but because it was one of the ones that were already starting to dry out, they were going to pitch it. They don't rescue plants there, so if you see one that's about to go, see if they can give you a discount on it, because they're going to pitch it anyway. And you don't want to wait until they do pitch it, because usually by the time if they do that, it's dead, and you're not going to be able to do anything with it. So it still has green leaves. It's getting little babies over here. So just keeping it watered and in the right soil, right situation, it should do really, really well. Alright, so I didn't disturb the root system. I put it all in there in one big, just the whole ball. I put it in there. And sometimes you take a plant out and you shake it. You don't do that. Not with this. That's it. So that's all there is to it. It's pretty basic once you know the information. You make sure that the plant is not disturbed as far as the root system is concerned. You make sure that you have the right kind of soil, that it drains, and that you water it for the first year so that it establishes itself. After that, you water it less frequently. The more you water it, the more green you'll get. The less you water it, the more flower. That's it. All right. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful. I hope you can get your own Bougainvilleas thriving, and if you want, please subscribe. If you don't, that's okay. You don't have to. Hit the like button if you like the video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.